Hey everyone, it's Lisa from Arcane and Stellar, and I'm back with another pick a card reading. So, this reading's going to be, how are they currently seeing you right now, or what do they currently think about you? This is a timeless reading, so it can really apply anytime you feel drawn to it. And you can try to, pick, maybe see if a different pile resonates with different people as well. Because, everyone's going to have a different perception of what's going on in your life. Or how what's going on with you and how they see you. So I would just, take a few moments to take some breaths, relax all your muscles, be calm, and picture the person that you want to connect to in your mind's eye, and ask yourself this question: what do they think of me right now? Well, how do they see me? And then, take a few moments to concentrate on that question, and then find a pile that draws you in, and you'll find the timestamps down below. Okay, guys? So, and I just want to give you all a huge invisible hug that you can see but you can't feel. and thank you so much for all your support and your sweet comments, and I just really appreciate you guys so much. It's wonderful having a little community that interacts with me, and I really appreciate it a lot, and I hope my readings, help you in some way. And yeah, so I'll stop with all that and say thank you again. And you can find your readings, in the timestamps down below, and see you there. Hello, so if you've chosen pile number 1, this is going to be your reading. So how is your person currently seeing you? Oh, I like this one. Bat, rebirth in consciousness, the 6 of Swords, the 7 of Cups, the Ace of Cups. I always forget my candle's there, and it's not going to let me do that. And the Queen of Swords, as well as mending and go to the sea. So let's see. Oh, this stupid heater of mine makes this weird squealy noise, and I wish it would stop, because I know it shows up in the readings and it drives me nuts. Oh, well. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. I definitely see your person seeing you as starting over, maybe in something. We have, and moving away perhaps. It could be from them or from other situations in your life here with the 6 of Swords. But it definitely talks about, trying to get to calmer waters, getting to a better place in your life. And I see that a lot with so many of what, the cards around here. I think it's interesting that we have 2 the sea and the 6 of Swords. For some of you, it could be even that they see you as traveling right now. You might be going on some kind of journey. But it could also just be, a metaphorical journey as well. It doesn't have to be, physical. But we have the 7 of Cups. And so I definitely think they see you as having a lot of options in life, a lot of things, maybe even having a lot of things and not really knowing where to begin. You could be having some renewed emotions where you feel like you have a lot of more options in your life now, and you're just sort of in that dreaming stage, thinking about, okay, what do I pick? What do I do next? Because we also have the Ace of Cups, which talks about, a new feelings, new emotions popping up in your life, a new start emotionally. And definitely trying to reclaim your life maybe in some way. I feel like for many of you this could be a spiritual type of thing, or maybe it's in regards to the relationship you have with this person, for some of you. But let's see here. We have the Queen of Swords, so definitely they're seeing you in a very sharp mind. You're sharp-minded right now. You're, trying to think logically. I see a good balance of Swords and Cups here. So your emotions and your, mind and communications, parts of yourself are very in check right now. You're communicating with honesty and truth, saying it like it is, and, being very authentic. For sure, because the Queen of Swords is a very authentic person. She doesn't hide, what she's thinking or feeling, but she does it in a very mature way. And so it could be that there's been a level up in maturity for you. from previous attitudes maybe you've had before. But let's see. We have rebirth and consciousness, and of course I didn't grab the guidebook. Let me grab it because I do like to look at this. That's not it. Where's that? Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh gosh. Okay, hold on. It's right around the corner from me. Let's see here. So it's card number 2. So let's see. The vibration is the third eye chakra. And the keywords are rebirth, change, and spiritual awakening. Yeah, so many of you could be going through some kind of spiritual awakening, getting into more spiritual activities. And it could be just as mundane as like, being more into astrology or something, because this is this person's view of you. It doesn't have to be that, you're doing something more serious, but I think that they're seeing you in a very spiritual light. Okay, let's see. So, bat means a change in consciousness is rising within you. Your spiritual life is expanding, causing you to look at areas of your life in a new way. With bat, you can expect a change. There is often the need to let go of outmoded habits, patterns, or beliefs when bat is appearing around you. Be prepared for the challenges that change always brings, and be willing to step into your future, having freed yourself of those unhelpful parts of your past. It is likely that you will have been experiencing deep inner feelings. Perhaps outer circumstances have been difficult, restrictive, or obstructive. When bat appears, it's a sign from the void within you that change is near. On the high note, consciousness awakens your flight to freedom. And low note, this too shall pass. And that's really fits in well with this energy that I'm seeing here. In terms of, moving away from something. And, beginning again here with the Ace of Cups in terms of feelings. I feel like you're getting in a much more optimistic place. And like it said, if there have been, problems in your life, you're mending right now. You're trying to, make a clean break and really try to work on your, past, leaving things behind that, aren't serving you. Let me grab this book and we'll look at it as well. Let's see here, so. Let's see. It's like right at the back of the book. 52. Mending. Forgiveness, making amends, healing after arguments. Each time we are hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding and integration, we accumulate an unwanted burden. This keeps us chained to the very things we need to heal. The pain, the memories, the echoes of resentments, and the arguments that we rehearse over and over. Now is the time for mending rifts, healing wounds, and letting go of old hurts in order to reclaim your power. Now is the time to forgive, to release, to make peace, and to make amends to others. Set yourself free. And relationship messages. You've come to a place where forgiveness is necessary if you're to move forward. Separate or together, you and the other person are still experiencing the effects of a hurt that is impacting everything you do, even if you're not aware of it. The energy needs to clear. What must you do to bridge this gap? Closing your heart's not the answer. You have the power to heal this wound. Ask yourself, what would love do? Only good will come of forgiveness and an honest redress. Which is very, here with this Queen of Swords, I feel like you are looking at things logically, and they definitely see that you're, having clarity of mind and realizing, in a logical way that, it's time to let go of things, to let go of something, that you've been holding on to. And this could be, this person, there are many different people here, so it could be that, that you've let go of a job, or you could let go of a relationship with a different person, a friendship, or, a romantic relationship. It could be many different things, but I definitely think this person sees you as moving forward. And even if you don't have a lot of dreams right now, I think they see you as having a lot of different options, ahead of you. You have so many different things you could really do with your life, that you are smart and capable of achieving so many things. For sure. And then let's see here, to the sea. I recently did a private reading, and somebody had that card. There are points in a relationship when you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course you share with another. Can you let go of the need to have things your way and allow the relationship itself, your combined goals and desires, to steer the ship? Can you both transcend your personalities and allow the partnership to form its own identity, its own energy? Now is the time to relax and see where this mutual journey leads. And the essential meanings are being in the flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, and a natural pattern of events. Isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. And that might be what you've been doing. Maybe your mind was in a place where you were focused so heavily on somebody or something, and you kind of are just thinking like, is this serving me? Like, is this like real? Is this just fantasy? Like Queen caught in a no escape from reality. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it could be that you're just looking at things, in a sharper way, and they see that. For some of you, it could be this person that you've kind of stepped away from, but it could be other things as well. I just want to reiterate that. Now I'm just gonna, for fun, I got some charms from Jack. She had sent some, so let's try one. Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes here, and let's see. You can let me know if they resonate. Maybe they won't. Ooh, we have an American heart. Are you proud to be an American? Let's see. So maybe someone's American here. Maybe not, though. Let's see. Ooh, cherries. Okay. Cherries make me think of something sweet. Maybe they think you're sweet. Maybe they think you guys are like two good friends. Here, I want this one. Is that like a piñata? A piñata? That kind of looks like a piñata, I think. A little dog or something, but the colors remind me of a piñata. Okay, let's get one more. And there we go. Oh, a butterfly. Transformation. That reminds me a lot. Yeah, transformation. And we have a butterfly over here. And I have a butterfly tattoo. So I always have a butterfly sign on me. Oh, yeah. So I definitely see that you are... Ooh, I wonder if some of you have, well, okay, with the American thing, it could be, that's just, that you are American, or somebody else is American, the other person that you're thinking of. Or maybe you've recently moved from there, or thinking about moving from there, or moving to there. But I definitely see them seeing you as, very sweet and kind here, because with the forgiveness, when you move away from something and you forgive and stuff like that, it takes a lot of strength to do that. And so they might think that you've had the strength to transform in some way, past old hurts and regrets or things like that, and just forgive yourself and others. Yeah, and with the piñata, maybe something about party. I don't know, or maybe piñatas have a lot of surprises inside of them. Maybe you've surprised them with what is inside of you. You know what I mean? And there's also usually sweets inside, so I see a lot of sweetness here. Yeah, and also very fun. I think piñatas are fun, so they probably see you as a fun person to be around. So that's what I'm getting for you. Let me know if you like the charms. I want to get some more so I can add to the collection, so I have a little bit more. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I've been wanting to do charms for a long time. Actually, I had wanted to do them before, like last year. Well, of course, everyone I think saw Charmed Intuition doing it, and they're like, "Oh my God, me too! I want to do that!" And so a lot of people did it, and of course, I was another one of those. I was like, "Dang it, that's such a good idea!" Because I had actually, I had heard about it. I think in like one of those like girl magazines when I was a kid, and I always thought that'd be kind of fun as like like a divination technique. And after I saw that, it's bizarre. So I was walking down a very popular street in Moscow, right? And there was a huge crowd of people, and I was like, what are they all looking at? Let's go get in the crowd and, see. Because, sheep. And somebody was selling charms. That's the only time. I was in that city for 4 years, always in the center, always running around. I never saw a single person just lay out a blanket. And I'm talking about millions of charms. Like, it was a huge area. And I was like, I need to do charms. And I didn't buy any because there were too many people and I hate crowds. So I didn't actually do it. But I had bought a charm actually that I need to put in this from another place. And so I had run into another place, a booth that was also selling charms. And I was like, this is so strange. But anyways, it was like a synchronicity. So I've been meaning kind of to do it ever since. Because I kind of felt like maybe the universe is guiding me to do it, but then I just kept putting it off because that's how I am. Anyways, that was your reading. Excuse the personal story. Just connecting with you guys. If you don't like it, you know, I'm sure you'll tell me about it in the comments because that's okay. You can have your opinion. And that's okay with me. And I just wish you all the very best. And yeah, so that's, you know, essentially what I'm seeing from this pile. From you. So just to summarize one more time, you know, definitely probably being more spiritual. They see you as being more spiritual. Again, probably mending the fences with people or yourself. Moving on from thoughts, you know, letting you know, life flow a bit more. Yeah, perhaps letting old situations, relationships go, maybe even including this person for some of you. And, you know, being a person who has many different options. Also, like I said, it could be that you're traveling. They see you as traveling somewhere. And for some of you with that charm, it could be to America. You know, maybe for some of you. Or maybe you've recently moved or something like that. But I do think it's interesting. Even maybe it's a different country than America. Maybe this flag is just telling us, you know, identifying a country, like the country moves, you know what I mean? Like, so that could be for some of you. And then again, like having a very sweet, I think this person does have very sweet feelings, fond feelings for you. They see you in a very innocent light, but also a very logical light. Yeah, they don't think you're no fool. You know what I mean? They realize that you have a lot of, you know, potential, a lot of brains, and very honest with yourself and others. I feel like, yeah, for another thing, you know, I feel like many of you, and this may not even be how this person sees you, but I feel like many of you have started to become more honest with yourselves, you know, in recognizing some of your faults or ways that you've held yourself back. And, you know, that is one of the hugest things in, you know, self-healing and having a new sense of, you know, self and of changing your consciousness. You know what I mean? It's just like many people, you know, are surprised when they find out, like, I have so much fire in my chart. And, you know, I'm like, you know, Aries, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and I'm a Leo rising. So I have a lot of it. And they're like, oh wow, you read cards and you know you're this way. And the thing is that I wasn't an obnoxious kid, you know what I mean? Like this didn't come to me. I'm 30, you know, 4 and it took a lot of years of learning, you know, and trying to recognize my faults. And I'm still working on myself. It's always a work in progress, but being honest about your faults with yourself is so important because it really helps you grow. But also, you know, recognizing how you can change yourself in terms of how people are treating you. Because even when you recognize your own faults, you can see ways in which you've let people run you over in some way or hold you down or, you know what I mean? Not, you know, it's all a big circle there and very connected. So anyways, I feel like it's pretty positive the way that they're seeing you. And yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you. So I hope you enjoyed. If it resonates, let me know in the comments below. You don't have to go into any details if you're not comfortable, but I always like to know if you picked which pile you picked, because then I can give it a heart and I can be, you know, happy that you commented. So I'll see you all in the next reading. Hey guys, so if you've chosen pile number 2, this is going to be your reading. So let's see here. We've got the Good Tarot with this pile. Thank you, Allison, so much for this deck. Okay, this was not the way it was. I remember how they came out. It's like this. No. Well, it doesn't matter what they... I know that this one came out first. I remember seeing it. Okay. Let's see here. I feel bad. I forgot to take these cards for the Amenti Oracle. Thank you, Shiley, for getting that for the channel. Yeah, I forgot to take those for pile number 1. Oops. Oh well. And you guys got a lot of cards coming out for you. So let's just do this. Okay. Oh, let's see here. So how do they see you right now? Well, we have the King of Fire. Let's just start with the tarot. The King of Fire. And one of the things I love about the King of Fire is that, especially in this deck, how he's portrayed. So, fire signs are known as being very, passionate and quick to move and quick to act and impatient and yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm talking about. And this particular King of Fire, he's got a lot of love in his heart. But you see how his mind, he's got a bright mind, but he's got that beard that, it's kind of indicating that he's very wise. He doesn't act, this isn't the person you'll find at the club trying to hit on everybody. You know what I mean? This is a person whose passions are mature and refined. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who has direction, but it's wise direction. And so I see a lot of masculine cards here, to be honest. Well, the Emperor as well. And so it just means that maybe you, even if you're a female or, identify as, more feminine, it just means that you are having, they're seeing you as having a lot of masculine qualities right now that, drive and passion for life. I feel like many of you are being seen by this person as being very in control right now. For some of you, could may have recently taken on some kind of leadership role, even if it's not like, say, working for yourself or, getting a promotion in something. But I definitely see you hitting goals, and this person is seeing it. Or at least going after your goals with passions and strategy. You know what I mean? The Emperor as well is a very mature energy that, leads with integrity and honesty and isn't, doesn't, we don't have any immature cards here at all. So I definitely feel like this person's seeing you as somebody that's very mature and capable right now. Also, with that Chariot card, moving forward with something with confidence and grace, making wise choices on your life path. You know what I mean? And I feel like many of you are a helper of some kind, that you help people, or you want to help people achieve things with their life, and you're not afraid to, go your own way and, lead your life in your own way, because we have that 7 of Fire, which in this particular deck is all about, perseverance, nonconformity, and those type of things. And so I feel like, they see you right now as being, a boss, even if it's not a boss at work, but a boss of your life, and somebody who is making wise choices. And what I love about these cards here, we got the one, I thought this was just crazy when it popped out. I achieve with integrity. So I definitely see them, seeing you right now and thinking of you as somebody who achieves greatly with, integrity. You don't do things sideways. You don't do things backwards. You go through it, with good intentions, good integrity, and you know what I mean? And then I benefit with gratitude. And so many of you probably are, it could be that they see you as being a very person who has a lot of gratitude and, very thankful for those around you. And probably also just very kind and sweet. Because we also have, I speak with good intent. So even, like for instance, say this was a work situation and you have kind of a leadership role, or maybe you have to work with others. They see you as having those leadership qualities and, speaking nicely, leading in a kind way with your heart and not being, a jackass. You know what I'm saying? They see you as a very nice person. And then we have a leg up. And that, in this particular deck, I won't read the message for this because I don't want to waste your time. And I feel like, I've gotten this card quite a few times, so I'm familiar with, what it represents. But, and also intuitively, I feel like many people look to you as a leader in their life. And whether that's, as a mother or a father, or, a friend that they can rely on. And I feel like this person also sees you as that, a good helper. And it could be a good helper to them or to others, but generally I feel like they see you as, somebody who really gives. And for many of you with the tribe here, giving to your community. Some of you could be doing volunteer work, or, some of you could even be doing, like, for instance, tarot readings, or, different things where you are giving back in some way to the, collective or to your community. And, it's like, I do feel like they see you as, very helpful. And with spider, and also with the tribe, I want to say too, is it's like, it could be that, you're leading your family in some way as well. You see, like, the mama giraffe and the baby giraffe. So cute. And okay, let me grab the guidebook for this one. I love this deck. It's the Witch's Oracle. This is an amazing deck. I probably would use it all the time if I could. So let's see, patterns. Vibration is the solar plexus chakra. Keywords are patterns, free will, and self-expression. Patterns in life are revealed now so that you can consciously create what you want from this point onward. Situations that have been a little sticky for you are passing, and you no longer need to feel trapped by anyone or anything. With a new sense of freedom, you can move forward with threads that have personal meaning. These let you build designs that catch the light and weave a life web that supports your real dreams. On the high note, it's joys of creating your own reality. And on the low note, challenge issues of control and manipulation. So, I feel like that's kind of, goes very well along with what we're seeing here, that King of Fire and the Emperor card, and also the Seven of Fire and the Chariot. Obviously, all of them. I really, this person sees you as creating that, that design that you want, that life you want. And, working hard at that. And it could be that some of you have been, like, switching around your tribe, who you hang around with, how you're living your life, making sure that you give a leg up to people that deserve it and not, that don't. Those that don't. Okay, so never ending story. Let's get to the guidebook for this one, because I don't get this one too often, so let's see what it says. Self-criticism, the wounded ego, and unnecessary dramas. There is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection and humiliation, self-loathing and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It is the old story, whose refrain is that you cannot do this, must not go there, should not say that, lest your world come crumbling down. Today, no, none of that is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie, wants to protect you, and needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. You are not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice out of your fearful part, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. And it says here with the relationship message, maybe that for some of you this could relate. Sometimes your heart enters into a contract with another that results in pain, not because of abuse or neglect, but for other more complex reasons. Shame, fear of intimacy, and low self-esteem are the greatest challenges to the success of a relationship. Consider how valuable this knowledge is, however. Right now you have an opportunity for important healing, but you must reflect on the stories you weave about love, connection, abandonment, rejection, and loneliness. Not only do you need to begin a new story, you need to forgive yourself for telling yourself the old ones. Have compassion for the part of you that believes all those narratives. None of them were ever true anyway. So that could be, and here I feel led also with the prosperity message, which talks about fear, envy, procrastination, greed, and the perception of victimhood could all be active in your life at this moment. Are you comparing yourself with others, thinking their success should be yours? Maybe you're afraid of all the good that's coming your way, so you step out of your lane, totally aware of what you're doing, but seemingly powerless to stop yourself. Are you back where you started, or in a situation that reminds you of past failures? Financial insecurity scaring you? You must learn to love yourself through missteps and sabotaging moments. Use criticism constructively right now. Better yet, stop telling the story altogether. Make up a new one. The universe loves you deeply and will wait for you to figure it out. Tell a new story and success is all but guaranteed. You can do it. Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm seeing, that this person is seeing you take more charge of your life here. You know, in terms of creating, I feel like you become more powerful lately. Not like relying, like for instance, as it mentioned, on these stories of yourself of you can't do it. Now you're like in emperor mode, you know, King of Wands mode, where you're in chariot mode, where you are just, you know, taking more control of your life, and trying to, you know, be stronger and not let yourself be held back by insecurities or, yeah, like old stories that aren't true. You know, those stupid stories we tell ourselves about ourselves. And yeah, for some of you it could have been that, yeah, like you took a role recently that, you know, has put you out in some, you know, out in some way that maybe you weren't before. But I definitely see them seeing you as, you know, a leader in your life, taking responsibility for those around you, taking care of people around you, and, you know, obviously, as I said before, you know, achieving with integrity, you know, speaking with good intent, and being very gracious, and, you know, having gratitude for those around you. But definitely, yeah, I definitely feel like some of you could be a parent for some of you, and it's like they see you as being a great parent, trying to teach, you know, and be a leader for your children in terms of maybe not giving them the same story that you told yourself, you know, the same story that you had growing up, and you know, trying to change that. And for some of you, it's like I do definitely see, like, maybe for some of you that are, you know, female, that have chosen this and do have children, you know, I feel like many of you could be a single parent that's really, like, you know, leading both roles, you know, the masculine and the feminine, you know what I mean? Like being the father, both the father and the mother. Now that's not going to resonate with all of you, so don't take that to heart. But let's see, I have some charms. I'm not going to give you the big speech as your pile number one about charms, because that was ridiculous. And they're probably going to get mad at me for that, but that's fine. But I'm going to take some for you. And my eyes are closed really tight, I promise you. Let's see. These are from Jack. Thank you, Jack. Let's see what we got. Ooh, a compass. Ooh, yes, totally leading your own life. Taking charge. Seeing what directions you want to go in. Okay, this one's sticking. Love my dogs. Okay, maybe some of you have dogs. Ooh, luck here with the 4-leaf clover. Oh yeah, I love my dogs. That one stuck to my finger. Let's get one more. Okay, I want that one. Oh, another. Oh, wow. Okay, so we have a compass and what is it? It's the ship steering wheel. What's that called? I don't remember the exact term for it, but yeah, taking charge of your life. You're steering your own ship, you know, you're going your own direction. And you're having a lot of luck with it, you know. And you love your dogs, if you have some. For those of you that have some, maybe you just love animals or dog videos and they see that. Maybe you post about that type of stuff. You're like, oh, look at this cute dog. For some of you. Oh, goodness, okay. Okay, well, anyways, guys, I love these charms. That was fun. Love my dogs. Let me know if you have a dog for sure, pile number 2 people. Or you just love dogs. But yeah, definitely an energy of, you know, leading with, you know, integrity. Also that compass, you know, we have that inner compass that kind of guides us to do the things the right way. And that could be a way that they see you, as, you know, trying to use that internal compass and to guide you, that moral compass that you have. Yeah, I'm totally doing movements here with this hand talker. Anyways, so yeah, but that's what I see for you, pile number 2. If it resonates, let me know. Let me know you picked pile number 2 so I can give your comment a heart. And I'll be happy to see you in another video in the future. Take care, guys. Hello to those of you that chose pile number 3. This is your reading. So let's see. What is your person thinking of you? That came out wrong. Oh yeah, I remember this. You guys got a lot of major arcana here. Huh. Crazy. I get a lot of energy, similar kind of energies in these readings, sort of. Yeah. Okay, I want to put that over there. We have a wizard and a spiral. Let's put that there, and I'll bring him up into the picture, into the shot as we look at him. Okay, so let's see. How's your person currently seeing you? I feel like you are kind of on top of your game right now in some way. One of the things that just first drew my eye here was this Wheel of Fortune card, and you see how like she's up at the top and the other person's kind of at the bottom of it looking up, and it's kind of like they might feel that might be a little bit of a dynamic between you. Maybe your life's going a little bit better right now than theirs in some way, because like with the Wheel of Fortune you talk about things shifting and changing, and so that could be something in terms of how they're seeing you right now. Because I don't see you as being I feel like many of you have had a spiritual awakening recently. And even if it's like, pile number 1 kind of had a similar type of thing going on, and as I mentioned to them, it's just, it doesn't always mean, a spiritual awakening doesn't mean that you have to, you became like a master or something, ascended master. It could just be that, they see that you've been having a wake-up call in your life, and I feel like they're seeing you as a very moral person, okay? With that Judgment card, and then here down below it, right here with the Wizard card, spiritual impeccability, I feel like they're seeing you as having a very good moral compass right now, and maybe even getting the karma from that, from having good morals in the past, or choosing wisely, and acting with integrity. And because of that Judgment card, it kind of, it talks about, like when, after we die, Judgment Day type of stuff. It has that kind of like, that wake up call when everyone's waiting to go up. And, it just reminds me a lot of that, realizing that you are going to be, what goes around comes around, kind of, is what I'm getting from this, with this Judgment and Wheel of Fortune. You act with integrity because you realize that it's going to come back around and bite you in the ass. Do you know what I mean? And you are interested in creating the life that you want. You know what I mean? You want things balanced. The Magician has, all the tools at the disposal. And so, working with all the elements, and you don't want anything to be out of alignment, in your own life, right? And I feel like many of you do have, spiritual tendencies that they recognize in you. Maybe you just have some intuition that they've realized. But it could just be that you have strong moral beliefs that, they see you following. Because I follow my inner guidance. And as you can see in this card, her third eye is opened, and she's seeing, things in a clear way, intuitively through her guidance. Her inner guidance. And so I do feel like it could be that you're very into meditation and, spiritual matters, and they see that and they recognize it. I feel like many of you are probably excellent manifestors. You go after what you want here with passion and drive, and you make it happen here with that Magician card. You know what I'm saying? With that Attraction card, I will read the guidebook for this, but it's like I feel like you attract things to you. They see that through your good deeds, through your positive type of attitude, or maybe your beliefs that are like, very, high standard beliefs that you have in how you treat others, and they see you as, attracting good things because of it. Because not only do we have that Attraction card, but we have all that glitters, which, that's just me intuitively reading it. We'll get into the guidebook as well, but that's just kind of my thing. And then with Imagine, it's like you try, you create a lot of what you imagine. So for some of you, they may even, like I said, recognize you as a very strong manifester. Okay, so let's get into the Witch's Oracle first. And I'm going to pull these cards up. Oops. I'm going to pull these so you can see. So we have Wizard and spiritual impeccability. And then we have Spiral. So let's start with Wizard. This is from the Witch's Oracle, which I recommend 100%. You can find, if you want to get this deck yourself, I have an affiliate link down there, so you can see how to get it on Amazon. But Okay, so we have vibration, spirit. Keywords, self-importance, impeccability, egotism. So, Wizard reveals that you have the potential to be charismatic and influential at this time, but beware, for a wizard carries a cautionary note. Are you being used or using another? When you find that you are in a position of authority, control, or influence, ensure that your powers are utilized for the greater good and not for personal prestige or gain. Do not be tempted by your ego. Impeccability is essential if one is to retain magical or spiritual gifts. Current circumstances may be a test to see just how much spiritual wisdom you deserve to carry. Move forward with integrity. High note, actions taken now wield powerful results. Low note, more ego, less spirit, challenge self-importance. Okay, for some of you, it could be that now, for certain people that had certain situations with this person, they might be feeling that you haven't acted that way in the past and that you're in for a wake-up call, and that's just maybe some bitter energy. I think that's not going to apply to most of you, but maybe if there's a certain person that you've thought about that maybe isn't a positive person, that could be something for some of you. But I feel like for most of you it's very, very positive, because we do have follow my inner guidance and stuff like that. So I don't feel like that's a strong message for, the majority of you. So with spiral, we have formative ethers. Keywords, attraction, release, and movement. Meaning, spiral indicates that this is a time to draw towards you what you need in order to progress your position in life. You may have to release something for this to happen. By letting go, you create a space within that automatically calls to be filled. This vacuum can contain any kind of energy, so be aware of how you fill it. Treat life as a dance at the moment, a combination of growth and rest, and see it all as a cosmic wheel of your evolution. Try not to reject those things you need, but may not want, and those you want, but may not need. You're attracting attention. High note, change is coming. Are you ready? Low note, release, let go, and prepare. Yeah, so I feel like, in terms of what, Jesus, I'm just dropping everything. You're attracting, I feel like, what you want to yourself. You're letting go of things. It could be also that you're manifesting with the moon cycles, which I encourage you to do. It's new moon, you still have a chance to do your new moon list. I always do one. But, I do feel like this person sees you right now as very powerful in your life. Like I said, with the negative type of thing, I really don't feel like that's the case, honestly, with all of the cards. You know what I mean? It would just have to be a very negative person, and I feel like few of you are dealing with that. Like, very few of you, not too many of you. So, all that glitters. A need to see beyond the superficial, the desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature, trying to be something you're not and chasing after every sparkly new thing, being mercurial. So, it's only human to want to adorn oneself in trinkets and paint a pretty picture of oneself. It's natural to want to acquire the trappings of status or to deny them as a statement of rebellion. But if it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, a big house, a title or position, the stamp of authority, or the sparkling of diamonds, these icons let you know something about a person, place, or thing. Or do they? The truth is that people seek to acquire things because of what they will do for them, and how they symbolically will elevate them and make them more attractive. This card signals that it's time to see beyond the adornments and probe underneath the surface. Learn to recognize the masks people wear and the motives underlying them. Imagine that all that glitter... Oh, wow. Imagine that all that the glitter is gone. Oh, okay. All the glitter is gone. Sorry, I was just like, wait, is that a typo? Would you still desire the object or person? So, yeah, being authentic. And I think many of you are looking at... For some of you, it could have been that you were a person before that was very materialistic in some way. Not materialistic, but maybe you chased good brands, or you had more of an eye for like fashion. For some of you, that could be something that they see you as. They might see you as somebody who's, very stylish and all that stuff, and, is always glittery and glammy. But it could be also that, they're seeing you as kind of letting that type of attitude go, maybe maturing in some way and realizing that, the physical, the physical things that we have don't really define us, and that's not what you're interested in anymore, that you're following a more spiritual path rather than one of, going after all the pretty things. And then we have imagine. Okay. But for some of you, I also feel like you could be attracting more good things into your life, more glittery things as well. So I think it's going to kind of resonate a little bit different with everybody. Like, because maybe you've gotten new things recently, new clothes, or a new car, or new, some kind of big ticket item, or, or just, nice things. And they see you as, having a lot, manifesting a lot, working your butt off and getting things that you deserve. Okay. 20. Okay, imagine. Turning imagination into manifestation, creative thought, visualization, the power of aligning imagery and feelings, creativity, and illusions. Who do you want to be? What do you need to believe in order to have the life you want? You are gifted with the power to imagine. If you can dream it, you can create it. This is a time when your imagination is the key to manifesting the life you desire. Spend time daydreaming, fashioning a vision board to help you see your goals, or meditating. Allow the power of your creativity to deliver images of what feeds your soul. Then allow your feelings to mingle with your inspirations. And imagine these things being real right now. Then repeat. What you imagine will become your belief, and soon you will see these things come to pass in the outer world as if by magic. Yeah, I feel like they might even see you as very magical. It's like you just speak things into being. Like maybe you've really fixed the way you've been, going about life. I have some charms, so we're going to take a few charms here. Thank you, Jackie, for the charms. And also thank Deborah for this deck, and thank my dad for this one. My dad got me this one for Christmas. And then thank you, Shiley, for this MNT Oracle. Okay. Let's see. Let's get some charms for you to round this thing out. Who I want you? Come here. This one doesn't want to be taken. Okay, never mind. I have my eyes closed, by the way. What do we have? Oh, a bow. Or sunglasses. Oh, glasses. They think you're cool. Ooh, they might look at you with rose-tinted glasses. They might think you can achieve anything. They got like hearts in their eyes over you. It reminds me of that Sailor Moon. There's a Sailor Moon. I love my dogs. Pile number 2 got this as well. I love my dogs. So maybe you have some dogs and you love your dogs. Or maybe you just love animals in general. Let's see what we got. Oh, the butterfly transformation. So definitely transforming and becoming a more beautiful person. So yeah, they might see you with all that glitters as somebody who's very glam and beautiful. Oh, we have a paw print. So yeah, maybe you do have an animal that you, like a pet. Okay, one more. You got the piñata too. Okay, piñata, I think pile number 1 got the piñata. I'm calling that a piñata. I'm not sure if that's what it actually is, but I'm, taking that as a sign that they see you as sweet inside. Oh, and a little coffee cup. Maybe you like Starbucks or coffee a lot. Yeah, maybe you're a coffee drinker for some of you. And then maybe you have been like saving more though. Maybe you spent a lot of money on things and you've been like, trying to like not. You know what I mean? Maybe you had like, you were spending money on luxuries and you've kind of stopped doing that and they kind of see that. But for others of you, I do think that they see you kind of with like rose-colored glasses, hearts in their eyes. They really think highly of you. I think for most of you. And yeah, as a beautiful butterfly. Look at that. How pretty. And, somebody who's been changing their ways, transforming into something more beautiful in your life. And yeah, you could like coffee and you might love your dogs. You might have pets, maybe a cat, a dog could be, a paw print. And then with the piñata, like how I take the piñata is, you're fun to be around. Piñatas are very fun to be around, right? And well, hopefully they don't think you're fun to beat. Sorry, I just had to joke. I had to make that joke. But no, also, like, I always think of, like, piñatas as, like, they have a lot of sweets inside. And, there's a lot of sweetness within you. You know what I mean? Like, they think of you as a very, sweet person full of all kinds of surprises, So, I hope that helps you. I'm going to stop there before I make any more dumb jokes. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next reading. Let me know you picked pile number 3 so I can give your comment a heart. And I'll see you all in the next reading. Hey guys, so if you chose pile number 4, the last pile, this is your reading. So let's see, how is your person currently seeing you? Or how is, the person you're thinking of seeing you? We've got the Ace of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Three of Cups, and the Page of Swords. Okie dokie. And then we have Moon, the Guardian. I am peaceful. I am kind. Chaos and conflict, and breathe. So, let's see here. So, first of all, let's just start with the tarot, I guess. Let's start with this over here. With the, with the Ace of Pentacles. This can talk about making, physical changes in your life. Obtaining, a new resource, or, working on your health. Starting something, new in a tangible sense. So some of you could have started a new job recently, and they're seeing you doing that, or you could be working more on your physical appearance, your health, all that type of, earthly type of physical, tangible things. So, I definitely see them as, seeing you in that way. Thinking of you as somebody who's a kind of a go-getter, ready to start something new. And then again, with that Emperor energy, definitely a go-getter type of energy. This guy's a badass. Look at that. He's got like a dang gun in his hand. He's like, I'm ready to fight. No, it's just, I feel like, you are leading something in your life, maybe a bit of a leader. It just could be even in terms of, just how you live your life. You lead, yourself with, hopefully with integrity, I'm thinking here. That's a huge word in this reading. I don't know why I keep getting... It's come up in a few cards, and now it's just stuck in my head. But definitely, leading your life, being, a boss, in a way. It's an Aries card, so some of you could be Aries, but doesn't, don't have to be. It doesn't have to be. We have all the signs here represented. Earth and water and air and... well, Aries for fire, but yeah, and also with the Emperor, it can talk about, obtaining, in this particular deck too, obtaining, physical, like, manifestations as well, like, obtaining money, and all, oh, 1 second, and being very grounded. You see how there's an anchor at his feet here, having a grounded sense of self, and, being dedicated. The Emperor is a very dedicated person. So I do feel like that maybe you've been really dedicated. Maybe you made some New Year's resolutions that you've been really dedicated to, that you've been following with a lot of passion. And, sticking to it for some of you. And then with the Three of Cups, definitely, in a very celebratory mood at times. Maybe you've been going out with friends. They've been seeing you, having a good time. For some of you, it could be that you've recently got like a raise or a new position, or, something new happened in your life that, you're celebrating. For some of you, that could be something, or, and it also can be about, celebrating something. In this particular deck, it can be about celebrating something that, you've got over, recently. Trying to get back out there and, start anew in a way. So then we have the Page of Swords too, which talks about, somebody who is a thinker, a planner. Some of you could be, diligent students, of something new. Maybe it doesn't have to mean that you're a traditional student in school. It could just mean that you've been learning something new, being cautious, taking notes, really studying deeply into something. This Page of Swords, doesn't exactly act yet. They're still in the learning stage, trying to gain more knowledge and information. And they could be seeing you as, that, in that mode right now. So learning something new. And then we have, I am peaceful. So I definitely see that they, are seeing you in a very peaceful light. As you can see in this card, the Page of Swords isn't, in different decks, we see different imagery, which is like, I guess what makes them each so unique and give us unique messages. But I definitely see, a peaceful dedication to, maybe some of you are writers, but it doesn't have to be. It's just like really any practice that, you've been really diligently following, and you've been trying to, perhaps create a more peaceful environment for yourself to obtain your goals as well. Because we have breathe here, which we'll get into. Then we have I am kind. So they're definitely seeing you in a kind light. They see that you're a kind person with that Three of Cups too, probably, very friendly and outgoing right now, and, just a good person to be around. And then, yeah, so we have chaos and conflict, and I feel like this might be connected also to the Three of Cups in a way. Let's check the guidebook here, because some of you may have recently gone through something. Let's see. Freedom from attachment and radical acceptance. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry, that's 23. Wow. I was like, that doesn't sound right. What? Oh, gosh. Lisa, you're funny. Funny bunny. Okay, chaos and conflict. So disarray, being at cross purposes with another, the tension of opposites, the value of chaos before order. Opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere, but consider the value of chaos that serves you well, as you become unmoored by it. Scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself you no longer need and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal, projected outward and causing disarray. You may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control. Yet every storm passes, and chaos leads to a reordering of things. Conflict provides a way to see more than just one side of the situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time when you need to take shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than be understood. Yeah, I feel like, that could be tied into that Three of Cups, because in this particular deck, as I said, it talks about, getting over something and just kind of like putting it to rest, sort of, and just, trying to move on in a way. But then we have the Emperor, and that's kind of, reminds me of that. Taking charge of your life, not, having a mature stance in how you handle chaos and conflict. You see, this Emperor could just be take that gun and shoot everybody, but he's not, right? He's just sitting there and like being chill. So, it could be that, you've had situations recently that really, ticked you off, or, upset you in some way, and you've been like, what? I'm not going to let this bother me. I'm going to be peaceful. I'm going to let it go. I'm a kind person. I don't need to be, reacting. And even if it's not recently, it might just be that they see you in that light, that you know when, to keep yourself, mature and, not overreact. And then we have breathe. So I'm sure this is all about peace and all that good stuff and meditation, but let's take a look and see what messages we get out of the guidebook, because it's sometimes fun to do that. Patience, waiting, going slowly. Yeah, you remember when I said that Page of Swords is very patient. They're learning. They're not jumping at something. Yeah, wellness, meditation, and trust. Patience in all things is called for right now. What do you need to do when you're in a rush? Slow down, of course. Meditate and trust. Breathe and repeat. Humans cannot exist without drawing breath. Now is a time to allow the life-giving element of air to replenish your body, your being, and your very essence. Stop to smell the roses, breathe in the sunlight, and release the darkness, and miracles will appear. So yeah, I definitely feel like that's something that, they're seeing you as, like, peaceful. You're peaceful. You're not, perhaps in the past, if you have been, like, combative with this person, they're definitely seeing you as being way more peaceful. And I just want to grab this Witch's Oracle down here. Yeah, and even if it's not with this person, it could have been in general, like maybe you've been a little bit, touchy before, grumpy, and, they're seeing you being, changing that. Now, if that isn't the case, it could just be that, if they haven't seen you maybe in that type of state before, they're just seeing you as that way in general, okay? Let me see here. So we've got the High Priest and the Moon. So 15. The Sacral Chakra. Revelation, timing, and knowing. When the moon appears, It indicates that timing is an important issue to consider. Everything has its moment of greatest potency and expression. What has been hidden from you will soon be revealed as you let things flow without obstruction. If seeking fertility, develop a close bond with our Mother the Moon and call for her assistance during the full moon phase. You carry hidden treasures and potentials which can be effectively explored at the moment. Plant seeds for a bright future and plan ahead. Seek the meaning of any dreams that come to you now and spend time developing your intuitive skills into knowing. Heavenly light the high note is heavenly light illuminates a hidden treasure. The low note, don't be deceived and learn to stand in your power. Wow, yeah, see, we have that Emperor card there, though, about being a powerful person. And, again, realizing that timing, having patience here with that Page of Swords, to diligently learn something new. I feel like many of you could be trying to, learn new things, work on new things. And they're seeing this, I think they really like this about you, that you really put, your time and effort into things. Okay, the High Priest, so guardian. Consciousness is the vibration, and then the keywords are guardianship, wisdom, and guidance. The High Priest is calling you to let maturity be your guide. Oh my God, very Emperor. And not to enter into commitments beyond your capabilities at this time. You may well receive the influence or help of a man in authority and can expect authority issues to figure strongly when this card appears. They could see a male figure around you, guiding you in some way. That's for some of you. And then guard what you believe in, but honor the wisdom of others and be humble in your dealings with the world. Yeah, you see, be humble. You're kind, you're peaceful, you're humble. They see you in that light. You may have experienced humbling situations. Pick yourself up and stand true to your higher purpose, then reach for the stars, confident that you too have a reason to be here. On the high note, it's with wisdom, absolutely anything is possible. And that's all about that Page of Swords. That Page of Swords is after wisdom. And I feel like that's what you guys are. It could be spiritual wisdom. It could be, studying something new. But, it could be, a bunch of different things, because this is, a lot of different people watching. But I definitely, they see you as being a very wise person, being very cautious. And yeah, I do feel like many of you, they could see you as working with the moon in some way, being a meditative person, a kind person, but definitely goal-oriented. I feel like you guys are working hard on something right now, and you have tangible goals that you want to achieve in this life. And yeah, like I said, it could be health for some of you. It could be, studying and learning something new, bringing some new stuff into your life. Money, it's going to be different for everybody. But let's get some charms here. So let me just shake. And I have my eyes closed. Okay, what do we got here? Ooh, feet. Maybe you have cute feet. Or smelly feet? No, hopefully not. Okay, what do we got? An American flag again. Maybe some of you are American. Or maybe you guys are trying to, recently move to a different country. Or, want to, I want that one. Or maybe, you've been thinking about trying to eventually get to a new country. Like, move abroad or something. Oh, we have the anchor. So very grounded. See. Oh, we got a paw print. And let's get one more. Mom. Maybe some of you are a mother, or they call you mom, or you have motherly vibes, like a mom to people, like a loving, nurturing type of person that takes care of those around them, That could be something. Maybe your Emperor energy is very feminine, gentle. And then we add with the paw print and the prints. Maybe you take your pets on a lot of walks. That's what comes to my mind right away with that combo right there. Maybe you go on a lot of walks with your pet, or maybe you like to walk a lot. But there's definitely a grounded energy. Isn't it interesting that the anchor came out here and the anchor came out there? Some of you, they might see you right now as tied to something. Maybe you're tied into something. Kind of like, maybe you have a lot of goals, but you're still trying to, you're kind of detached to something else right now for some of you. But yeah, I feel like you are being more grounded. And maybe there's been a recent occurrence where there was something that was a bit chaotic and they saw you handle it with a lot of like grace and a lot of, you know, wisdom. And you didn't maybe, you didn't go off the rails. It was just very like, you know, solid energy that you had that was kind of calm. And yeah. Let's see here. Anything else I'm seeing here, feeling here? Let's see. Yeah. I think that's what I'm seeing here for you guys. So I'm just gonna stop here, and you know, that's kind of what you know, the person that you're, you know, thinking about right now, that's what they're kind of seeing, how they're seeing you right now, what they're thinking about you. And I hope you know, resonated with it, or it seems like it could be accurate for you. Remember, not every single message might be for you. This is a collective reading after all, you know, with different people watching. But you know, if you chose number 4, let me know in the comments below so I can give your comment a heart. And I'll see you all in the next reading. Take care.